I created an Afro house track called Joie de Vivre in 2018. After 8 years of experimenting with creating beats and tracks, I felt this one was worthy of sending to a record label. Within a week, it got snapped up by an Italian house label called Stereophonic Records. The track swiftly rose to number 19 on the Traxsource Essential Afro House charts. After this, I felt inspired to create a body of music to release on an album. This album, Eclectic, has taken 2 years to complete. It was ready to release in 2020, but due to COVID, I had to postpone it to 2021. The album will be dropping on July 16th across all streaming platforms and available to buy off my website, whipbeatsmusic.com, and off Bandcamp. This album is a compilation of house music and its subgenres. You will hear the signature of my creativity in this album, and that is my passion for fusing different genres together. To understand the roots of where this came from, I have to take you back to my childhood. As a child, I grew up in a household where every kind of genre was played 24/7. My father was the most instrumental in this and had an enormous vinyl collection. I remember I would naturally gravitate towards music that was deep and soulful because I could feel it in my heart. Jazz was played more than any other genre, and especially the divas, such as Sarah Vaughan, Nancy Wilson, Shirley Bassey, Ella, Nina Simone, and more. They took up residence in my DNA and are still very present in my creative process today. The strongest overarching influence that you will hear in this album are the elements of jazz. When disco was born in the 70s, I felt like I had come home because it incorporated a bit of everything I liked: soulful vocals, strings, pianos, synths. In the early 80s, I moved to America to do my Bachelor of Arts in Political Science with a view to doing law. I was 16. Here, a whole new world of music opened up to me. It was the age of electronic music, which then evolved into techno, house, and freestyle. There was rock, soft jazz, R&B, hip-hop. I embraced it all. My sister and I would frequently go to concerts and be at the front of the stage in the mosh pit. I saw many bands who nobody knew anything about that went on to be world-class acts. All of this exposure on my musical journey has contributed to this album. I would like to talk about the structure of the album. I divided the album into side A and B by tempo, as I felt creatively this worked the best. If you were more in a chilled out, relaxed mood, you would listen to side A. The tracks here are more softly textured, soulful, and rich in warmth and depth. You will hear a fusion of gospel with blues, down-tempo jazz, tango fused with hip-hop, and ambient electronica. Side B is for dancing. These tracks are voluptuous, vibrant, and energized. Here you will find Afro house fused with disco, techno fused with tribal beats, classic house fused with jazz, and more. I'm not a person who likes to be put in a box and defined by a singularity. If you are a creative, that absolutely kills your creativity. I get that we need words and definitions to describe and understand things. However, when it comes to creating my art or my music, I'm in the flow and I create instinctively, and this has been the result of this album.